Hello, goddesses. Welcome back to the Champagne Empress show. I am Georgette, your host, and I help women embody the life they desire through self love, romance, and luxury. Ultimately, the goal of the podcast is for you to live a life of your fullest expression on your own terms. So let's dive into today's topic. A lot of you have heard about soulmates. So we're going to talk about soulmates, and that's one of my favorite topics. And we're going to define what soulmate is, but it's something that I believe in a lot. And today's topic is giving you a different perspective on what soulmate actually is. So we're going to talk about how not every soulmate is meant to be your forever. Let's define what a soulmate is. According to Wikipedia, a soulmate is a person with whom one has a feeling of deep or natural affinity. And to me, that could also mean platonically, romantically, spiritually, and any other connection. So when I say that we all have different soulmates, I don't believe we have only one soulmate, because I believe we come into this human form with a contract, with a soul, to either teach you how to love, show you love, who comes and hurt you so you could evolve and expand, or it could be someone who's here to teach you. So we encounter people every day. They come into our life for a moment, for a season and a lifetime. And most of those times is because they're here to show us something, to teach us something. And I believe soulmate connections are things that you decided, okay, in this lifetime, I want to learn how to love, how to open up myself even deeper. And then you made a contract with someone, and then you meet in this lifetime, and solely for the purpose of showing you how to open up a little bit more on a deeper level. So then that person come into your life, you have that soul connection. You are like, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're feeling. You don't have to say a word. It's because that person was meant to be in your life as a soulmate connection. That doesn't mean this person is going to be your husband or stay in your life forever. However, that person is going to create an impact so big that it's going to stay with you for a lifetime. And when you do reconnect, it's kind of like nothing ever happened. Like your soul automatically pick up where it left off. So, for example, I have soul sisters where I could make a complete 180. Those sisters will always be in my life, understanding what I'm going through, and they will give me the toughest love. However, it will always land in a way that I could learn and I could understand. Everything that comes out of their mouth is for my own reflection, is for my own good, that's going to serve me into a higher purpose. The mistake that we do as human, we automatically expect my soulmate has to be my husband. And I have experienced that to a deep level. So I have a connection that it is a soulmate connection. We are bonded. We have made a big soul impact in the spiritual world. However, on the physical world, what also happens is when two souls meet, you have this connection of pure affinity. We're supposed to do life together. I'm here to teach you something. You're here to teach me something. And sometimes we develop romantic feelings, like true unconditional love, where it's like, oh, my heart is beating so fast for this person. However, in the human world, they're not compatible. And how that looks like is that you have a soul connection with someone. Like you look at them in their eyes and you see through them. You know what they're thinking, you know how they're feeling. However, the human is not progressing enough, is not evolving enough to catch up. So, for example, I have done a ton of work on myself, and I have worked on my ego. I have worked on my abandonment issues. I have worked so much on my relationship with others, with myself, that I am able to evolve as a human, because my sole purpose is to evolve into my greatest expansion, to be the best version of who I am. So when it comes to having a connection in this world, I also need to have a human that's also evolving. However, as human, we have free will. It doesn't matter if we made a soul connection that we know we're supposed to be together, but the human has free will. What does that mean is, if one partner is still trying to get there together, not evolving at the same speed that you are evolving, there's going to be a human clash. There's going to be a non-compatibility when it comes to trying to fit romantically. And I've experienced that in my life, where the soul was undeniable, but the human was not compatible. So, and that is the reason why not every soulmate is meant to be your forever. Some soulmates are here to really teach you how to even love yourself even more. And when the human comes into contact and interfere with that, you have to also learn to discern, I want to be the best version of myself. I want to be the fullest expression of me, of my soul. And this person is not there yet. It's totally okay to walk away and not feel like you have to go into a struggle love so you could make sure it works because of the sake of a soulmate connection. That's not how it works. You ultimately, your soul has to evolve beyond measure. As well, the vessel that it came here with. The vessel that it came here with is the human. The human is also supposed to thrive and evolve to the next capacity so it could catch up with the soul. Because when we hear soul, body, mind, one connection, the wholeness, it means that we have to catch up to each other. Because there was some time my soul was beyond what my human could have comprehend. And now I understand my human is not trying to comprehend what my soul is saying. And we are in sync most of the time. And when I feel not in alignment, that's when I go and check myself. So when we look at soulmate, we always want this romantic partner, but maybe that person is not there yet. That person needs time to grow, to evolve in the human before they could even catch up to you. And here's the thing, if they never catch up, it's okay too, because they have the free will to live their life how they please. And your job is to actually move forward and live your life also as you please in the highest expansion of who you are. So we don't wait around for all the soulmates to be our forever. I believe my son is my soulmate because with him, I get to learn so much about myself as a mother. I get to learn so much about myself as a woman. I get to learn so much of how I show up in my business because of this one soul. He's the one who also triggers the deepest wound inside myself so they could come forward and I could heal them. He triggers a lot in me that allows my human to evolve even faster. It allows my human to expand, to connect to the soul level. And that's when we become one. So my son is one of my soulmates. So I don't believe we only have one soulmate. My ex, I believe, like he wasn't supposed to be a romantic partner, soulmate. However, he was meant to be into my life. He was a soulmate connection because we probably had a soul contract. For him to come into this life to break me open so I could be the woman I am today. So I could value myself the way I value myself. So I could love myself without condition. So I could understand what unconditional love meant. So I could really march through life knowing that I am my biggest cheerleader. He was the one who broke me open for that greatest expansion in me. And for that, I will forever be grateful. Was the relationship meant to be a lifelong romantic thing? No, it was not. However, he's always going to be someone in my life that changed my perspective of life. And after we break open, sometimes we feel like, oh, that's enough. But then there's another connection that comes along the way that even supposed to crack us even more open. So for me, the way the romantic soulmate looks like, the forever soulmate that you're supposed to do life with on this earth, is supposed to be able to catch up with you in the soul and on the human level. We have to be able to be a match on both. And we also have to be able to have this connection where I don't have to say anything to you, sweetheart. I feel you. It's this soul to soul affinity that we just know exists. It is one of the best soulmate connection we could have. And when I decide I want a soulmate love, and I'm very patient about it, and I'm very capable of waiting, because a lot of people say, well, nobody's perfect. No, a soulmate is not supposed to be a perfect person either. You're not going to wake up one day and say, oh my gosh, I found my soulmate. There's no issue. We have a perfect marriage. We have a perfect partnership. We never argue. We never do this. Absolutely not. That is not what it's meant to say. That is not what an ultimate soulmate connection is. It is, however, supposed to be one of the easiest connection that arise in you, a connection that is supposed to make you even better, push you even further, expand you beyond a level you've never imagined. Not to say there's not going to be struggle, okay? And those are the soulmate connection we want that will last us forever. We do not want the soulmate connection when we meet the human that is not the best for us in this lifetime, that is not making us grow as a human. Okay? If you feel like you have met this connection that is so intense, that is so pure, no matter what they do, no matter where they go, this connection is always going to be there. But we have the choice to decide, but you do not get to be my romantic partner. You do not get to be in my life. I'm going to give you time because you've hurt me. You have done this to me. I am taking responsibility for myself to not allow this in my life. Doesn't mean the connection ends. Doesn't mean the connection stops. Because we want people who help us evolve even better in this lifetime. That is why not every soulmate connection will be your forever. And do not allow yourself to say, well, this is my soulmate, so I'm going to struggle and I'm going to devalue myself and I'm going to let him hurt me over and over and over just because of a soulmate connection. Honey, you have to look at that connection and say, why is this person in my life? Is it because it's for me to love myself even more? Is it because I need to open up to other connection even more? Is it because I'm supposed to be learning something? What is this teaching me? Why did we agree to have this soul connection? What is it? Because every soul connection are meant for a reason. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be love. It could be hurt. But what is it that this person is here for? Because there's a reason why you agreed to do life together on this earth. Not a forever. It could be a soulmate for a moment. Someone who impacts you in the moment. It could be a soulmate for a season, a season of bliss, a season of hurt, of pain, so you could find your greatest expansion. And then a lifetime. The one who would look at you and see you all the way. When you change completely, your personality changes 360 degrees. It's a person who will always see you, always understand, and match you into this human realm. So if a soulmate cannot match the human, it is not meant to be your forever. So when you think about soulmate, think about all the different connections in your life you've experienced. Through friendship, your soulmate could be your mother. Your soulmate can be your siblings. Like I mentioned, my son is my soulmate. And I do not believe there's one soulmate. We come in contact with different souls that are soulmate. We possibly have multiple romantic soulmates, each to teach us a different thing about who we are. But I think what people are looking for is the ultimate connection of a soulmate, where the human and the soul connects, where the unconditional love meets. I think that's what people are really looking for when it comes to the romantic partner, the soulmate that they're talking about. But it's not only about the feelings that you feel. Because believe me, gosh, if I held on to one of my soulmate connection, to the feeling that I feel, to how I feel seen, I would drag myself to the mud with this person. I would struggle. I would devalue myself if I let that connection alone be the deciding force of my life. We have to put ourselves first. We have to understand our soul came here first to evolve. We, along the way, made a pact with other souls to do life with. We are the star of our own movie first, before we partner with anybody else. Therefore, we do not let a partnership, someone we made a soul contract with, dictate how we should live our life, how we should expand, how we should evolve. If we're not evolving with a partner, it's okay to walk away. Doesn't mean the love is not there, because I love unconditionally. But I could love from a distance. The feelings that are there will always be. It's just one thing will always be. But the fun thing about it is that my heart is so big that I'm able to hold so much love and be able to give so much more. And when my ultimate soulmate come into this earth in the physical realm of matching my human, matching my soul, gosh, I already know that so much love will also be poured. So, ladies, do not let soulmate connection leave you from living the ultimate life you were meant to live. Because not all soulmates are supposed to be your forever. Look at them and decide, what am I supposed to learn here? Is this my ultimate forever? Is this my season? Is this a moment? And how can I open myself? Because remember, we're living life with an open heart. So then, what is it that I'm supposed to learn? How can I give unconditional love, knowing it's just for a moment? How can I open my heart and give unconditional love when I know this person is here to teach me the greatest lesson of my life? Through pain, through love. How? Because when we live our life with an open heart, we blossom, magic happen. We experience the most amazing feelings, the most amazing things. But what we do not do as souls, as humans, as women, is to value our standards so we could fit into a mold. Because we are here to live a life of fullest expression on our own terms. And those terms might mean you are a soulmate for me, but right now I do not want to be near you. And it's okay. I will always love you unconditionally. But my human and your human is just not compatible. And knowing that, and walk away. So, goddesses, it was a pleasure chatting with you today about soulmates. And not all soulmates are meant to be your forever. And having the courage to walk away. Because as Champagne Empresses, we do not do struggle love. Absolutely not. You get to rise up. You get to raise your standards. You do not waver. You be patient for the right soulmate connection. No matter what society says, oh my gosh, just pick a husband. Just get married. I always say, if I wanted to be married, if that was it, if that was the thing I was actually just looking for, I would have probably been married 20 times already. No joke. But it's just not that. Because my deepest evolution requires something deeper. So, thank you, goddesses, for tuning in. And I will chat with you next week. If you want to follow me on Instagram, go to Georgette Casimir _. But I will see you next week. Goodbye.